All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Dane Wayne Show. Good afternoon, Dane. How's it going?
I'm all right, man. How you doing this afternoon? Friday, weekend's loading. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm feeling okay.
I'm excited for a fun sports weekend. Back-to-backs with the Sixers on Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, home
Um,
games.
I kind of hate that the Eagles have a Monday nighter after a bye. I mean, you're already waited for 14 days for a game, and then wait another day.
What? You don't like Monday night after a
Not
bye?
after a bye. I'd rather a Sunday and then
You
have
want a
a
Sunday
full
at one
week.
o'clock then? You want
Yeah, I
a
mean,
Sunday at 1
especially
o'clock?
when you're going into Detroit the following week, you'd rather not have a short week for Detroit. I
I
mean,
feel you.
what is
I
up with
feel
these
you.
schedule makers? From a bye to a Monday nighter, and then they have what, 3 division games of the same opponent in 3 weeks, or
Yeah,
two games in 3 weeks, and then they have the same thing at the end of the season with Washington. I think we ranted about this last time, but
yeah, because
just weird scheduling. But yeah, excited about the weekend ahead.
they
Um,
got the Lions and they got the Cowboys, and then after the Cowboys, they got the Bears. So yeah, you're right about that. So interesting scheduling making from the NFL schedule makers. But like,
yeah,
how you feeling about going into this week? There was some key acquisitions. Like, what do you want to talk about?
yeah. Let's talk about the trades they made. So they got Jair Alexander for a pick swap from Baltimore. We had talked, I guess, at the beginning of the season, or maybe in the off season, when Baltimore picked him up from, I guess that was Green Bay.
Yeah,
We were just kind of like, yeah, there's a
is he
reason why
washed?
there's a reason he was available. And then in Baltimore, he was a healthy scratch the last 2 games that he played, or that he was in Baltimore. So that tells me that there's not much tread there left on the tires. But if anybody can get something out of him, it's Vic.
Fangio.
Yeah. Obviously, he has pedigree. I mean, I think he was a first round pick. And
And he
he's,
led the league in interceptions probably what, 3 years ago
yeah.
or 4 years ago, I think. So
So,
he was playing at an all pro level not too long ago, but NFL, shelf life is not
yeah.
long with many players, depending on, injuries and, what system you're in and what's going on. So,
It's
um,
hard to imagine that he'd be worse than Adoree Jackson and
I,
Keely
I,
Ringo.
I
Uh,
agree with that. I 1,000% agree with that. So,
yeah.
well,
And who else did they get? Jalen Phillips. That's a
Jalen
big one.
Phillips from the defensive line position, which played under Fangio
Mm-hmm.
and was it 2 years ago he had a solid year and then had some injuries,
Yeah. Had an
that set him
ACL,
back. Yeah.
maybe even Achilles. I don't remember. But yeah, getting him for a third round pick normally would be a pretty good deal. He's a rental, meaning his contract is up at the end of the year. So they would have to re-sign him, or they let it go, and they might get a comp pick for the following year out of it.
Compensatory pick is what I heard
Yeah.
could happen for him if he doesn't re-sign with him. So
Yeah. So I mean, he's if you look at all the nerd stats, the analytics, he's really high on all those pressure rates and all those.
yeah,
He's in the top 5 of all edge rushers in a lot of those stats. He just hasn't really had the finishes. He hasn't had the sacks to really back that up. I think he only has 3 this year. And I really don't like the number. I was talking about this with some other friends, and like
yeah.
number 50 for Jalen Phillips, just don't love
For
it.
defensive end, you're not feeling the number 50? You want him to have what, like a 90,
I would have wanted like 95 for him.
95? All
If
right.
I
All
would have wanted him to try to buy that from Ty Robinson. Uh,
right.
but I think the big problem is, and I think we've talked about this before, it's a bit of a tangent, but I think the big problem is that the Eagles have stopped issuing or retired way too many numbers.
Okay.
They should either let people get those numbers or unretire the numbers, put the players in the Hall of Fame or in the Wall of Fame, whatever you want to do, but
Yeah.
allow players to wear the numbers still. And I just the concept of retiring numbers to me just
But you notice with the present day players, man, they're choosing like 15, 19,
yes. And there's none of
like,
those numbers left because they
you
don't
know what I
issue
mean?
12
Like
anymore.
18,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
seeing numbers on the defense that you wouldn't have seen a number 15 on the defense 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I don't
But
think.
that's what's kind of leading to this is that
Okay.
those guys want all these numbers, and the problem is that you have what Van Buren was the one that wore Steve Van Buren wore 15. So
Okay.
there's not been a 15 for the last 40 years or 50 years. Um, Donovan McNabb is 5. That's gone. Number
Yeah.
9 for Nick Foles, not
Is
retired, but isn't issued. 12 for
no,
Randall, not retired, but not issued.
no, but
S-
nobody's gonna get that number. Jeffrey's not gonna give out 12 to anyone or 5.
But why? Why? You've got other
It's
players like
sacred. It's sacred.
okay, but Jaws took him to a Super Bowl. Jaws took him to a Super Bowl, and
And Mike Vick wore 7.
Mike Vick wore 7. Sean Landetto wore number 7. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
Brian Westbrook went to a Super Bowl with them, was pretty integral in that those Super Bowl runs or the NFC Championship runs. But 36 is still given out. It's a Cameron Latu or whatever his first name
Yeah,
is
yeah,
wearing that right now. It's just the way they pick and choose what they're going to give out, what they're not, just doesn't make any sense to me. Shady,
right.
25 hasn't been given out since Shady. Like, is Shady this transcendent player that did so much for this
Yes,
franchise?
he is.
He could have been if Chip didn't ship him off,
Yes, he
but he's
was.
not. He wasn't. He really wasn't for the Eagles, at least. I mean, if he would,
Man, Shady was giving out hella work for the
of
Eagles.
course, yes. And if he would have stayed here, he probably would have had a Hall of Fame
Okay,
career. He
okay.
just kind of didn't after that. But
I feel you.
I just, yeah, to me, I wish that they would. I don't know. I don't know what the real solution is because I couldn't really picture anybody else in 20 after
No,
Brian Dawkins.
nope.
But there's
Anybody else that wears number 20 is gonna have to be in the Hall of Fame on draft night. That's
sure.
not possible.
And maybe you
you're
don't
not
wear
getting
that
number
because
20.
of it. Maybe you don't wear that because of it.
Right.
I don't know. Like people wouldn't take that number because they don't want to be compared to Brian Dawkins. Leave it
I
up to the
feel you on that.
player. Leave it up to the player. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but like I said, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the one thing that the Cowboys do that I think is neat is that the receiver, like the best receiver, always has 88. Like they've had, obviously Dez and Michael Irvin and
And before
Drew.
that was what, Pearson?
Yeah, Drew
wore
Pearson.
88?
Yeah, Drew Pearson before that. So I don't know. It's kind of like the LSU 18 thing where the best player, the guy
Gets
that's
that
voted
number.
to wear 18.
Right.
I don't know.
Nah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, just and when Dotson had to wear, what did he wear last year? 83. It just looked horrible on him, and I'm like,
Nah,
he's got to have a
I don't
smaller
like the
number than that.
83 at the wide receiver. I don't like 83 on the wide receiver.
Yeah.
88, 87, 80, 81, but 19, even I think a Keyshawn Johnson with the 19.
Mm-hmm.
But
and there's a
it's
lot of
like
numbers that don't look good with the Eagles font. That's one other thing that I don't like about the Eagles is the font they use for the midnight green jerseys. It's just
throw it in the garbage.
Screams 90s to me, and there's too many numbers that don't look good in it. Like I don't like 2s in it. I don't like
2. I definitely don't like 2.
the 3.
Jalen wore 2 for like a half a season.
He did
and switched it. But yeah, 2 I don't like. 2 is for like a kicker.
Well, I don't mind 2 by itself, I guess, but I don't know. I guess I'm talking all in circles right now, but hey, it's just to me, I that's why I love the Kelly Green jerseys even more because they have the block numbers that just look like football, and it doesn't look like some 90s aberration, whatever abomination I think is the word I was looking for that they put together in 1995 or 6 whenever they changed to these numbers.
And they're like, here you go.
Yeah, because then, I mean, Denver did the same thing. Denver put out these weird numbers, but they have fixed it since and made it look more modern. LA Chargers, like the Chargers are are the best in my opinion. The way that they're able to, they have like 5 or 6 different combinations with the yellow and the light blue and the dark blue.
But their
And
powder blue is classic,
oh
though.
yeah, I
If
know.
you think about that jersey, Lance Allworth, Antonio Gates, Tomlinson, Philip Rivers,
Like
that's
both
a
had,
classic combo
yeah.
for a jersey and their numbers. So I feel you on that, and I know what you mean by that. The Niners, I think early 90s
Oh my
had a
gosh.
classic combo on theirs.
That's my favorite. My favorite throwback of all time
Was
is
the
the
Montana
well, no, it was like the
or
Dion era,
yeah,
the
with the
shadow
yep.
block.
No, I agree with that.
Oh my
I agree with
gosh!
that.
Every time they wear
1000%.
those, I love it.
Nah,
And
it's a
I
classic
hate the
uniform.
Niners as a team and a
But
franchise, but
but
I
that's a
love those
classic uniform.
jerseys.
That's a
Yeah,
classic uniform. I agree. I
I
agree.
even like the Giants. The Giants throwbacks they wore last week, with the dark blue helmets, the lighter blue, not
Yeah,
really light blue, but like
like
royal
that
blue.
medium royal
Yeah,
blue. Yeah.
I mean those are clean
No,
too. And the white ones they used to wear, the white throwbacks with the Giants on the helmet and
that
everything,
is
those
sick.
look good too.
We dislike New York, but that combo is sick.
I'm talking like I'm listing all these teams that I don't like that are doing
But
a
the
way better
combo is
job.
sick.
Yeah, the Eagles have their Kelly Greens, and that's kind of what they're relying on for their throwback. And I don't know, I just feel like they could do better. I feel like
I
they could do
mean,
a lot
we
better.
we discussed this and we said that they need to just do the white, you know?
I would love
Just
the
put
white
out the
Kelly
white
Green.
Kelly green because
Yeah,
that's you can't get any cleaner than that,
yeah, you got one right behind you, Reggie.
you
You got the
know?
Reggie White, Kelly
and
Green
and
whites
that's
with the
gonna
silver pants. Oh my gosh, they're so good.
exactly, and it's
Yeah.
gonna sell. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's got green on it; it's gonna sell here. So,
Yes, why are they being so uniform with it? I don't know.
hey, but
But hey, they're
but
wearing the white shirts with the black pants this week and
they're
the black
wearing the
helmets.
Brazil look, is what they're doing in Green
Yeah.
Bay, which is supposed to be a bit nippy and chances of precipitation.
Yeah. So
So,
what did I say? I said you couldn't pay me
uh,
enough. You couldn't pay me enough to go sit in the bleachers at
I'd go
Lambeau.
sit in the bleachers in Green Bay right
You're
now.
nuts.
I'm not nuts. That's a classic football stadium and a classic NFL or sports fan experience. You would, if I was like, yo, Wayne, let's get on a plane. We got some tickets. You would get on the plane with me.
And I probably bundle up like I did for the Steelers Birds game
Exactly.
last
You
where
know,
ski
that's
goggles. Yeah.
Lambeau's a once in a lifetime experience, which I told you I'm doing that before. Or my wife, I already told my wife, yo, I want to go to Lambeau. You said do it in the summertime, but it's not the real Lambeau experience.
Hey, you still get what's the experience? Is it you have to be cold to be
The
there?
freezing cold, you gotta see,
The
and it's
frozen
snowing.
tundra
The
of
frozen
Lambeau Field.
tundra. Exactly.
Uh,
A seal here and a seal there. That's what we need. But let's transition back to the birds
oh
if you
man,
want to.
yeah. I mean, I'm
How you
feeling
feel?
okay. I don't love what's the line 2.5 to the Packers.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of like that's a pick 'em. If you take out the home field advantage, it's about a pick 'em, which I guess I don't disagree with. Uh, they've been
Actually, it's 1.5. It's one and a
oh,
half is what I
so
see here.
some more money's coming down the birds then.
So,
Yeah,
and to me, I would have preferred Green Bay win last week, come in with a little bit of their chest out, being like, yo, we're about to play the Super Bowl champs, as opposed to the bad loss that they had to Carolina last week. Because, granted, the Birds are coming in rested off a bye, but you get slapped by Carolina. Like, everybody's like, we're showing up for work on Monday. Like, you're not showing up on Tuesday. So,
yeah. It might have an impact.
you know,
They could also be starting to doubt, are we as good as we thought we were?
that
And
I heard a little bit of that this week.
yeah,
Because what was Green Bay's big quality win this year so far? Steelers, Lions, and then who else?
I guess it was the Lions.
The Lions opening day, and then they beat the Steelers. Like in between there's been a lot of up and down.
Yeah, and
You
then they
know,
tied the Cowboys.
Tied the Cowboys,
Yeah.
which they should have won that Cowboy game. The Cowboys should have not had a chance to even come close to tying that game. Granted, the Cowboys put up points, but if you look on paper, how many people were like, "Yo, I'm picking Green Bay this game"?
Hmm.
Cowboys weren't getting any picks that game. So
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, even the Green Bay fans have to be like, I don't know what this team is. You know,
right,
one week Jordan Love can look like MVP, and the next week he's like, yeah,
because let me look at the standings right now in the conference.
they're
NFC,
5-2-1. Birds
NFC,
are
you
six
got
and two.
Eagles, Tampa,
Are both 6-2.
Seattle, and then Green
Is
Bay is listed at number 4 at 5-2-1.
is Seattle six
So
and two?
Seattle's listed at 6-2, Tampa's 6-2, Birds 6-2.
So the Birds have the best conference record, and that's why
Yep.
they're
Yep. And then you
yeah.
got under Green Bay, you got the Rams, the Niners, and the Lions. So
So I always
to,
thought they were going to lose one of these next two games, so the Packers or
correct.
the Lions.
Correct.
But it's so important within the standings. It's so important to win these games because you're going against these guys head to head. The first tiebreaker is head to head, and
Yeah.
of course, the tie with the Packers. I mean, a tie is you're probably not going to have the same record as them. Um,
I I would almost prefer to win on Monday night, and I could tolerate the loss to the Lions because the Lions are a little further back. Lions are listed at 7th. So if
but
you lose,
that's only because the division is so
yeah,
strong.
yeah.
So they could go on a run, and they'd be leading the division, and they'd be right up there at one or two.
No, you're right. I feel you. So tough game. I'm looking for, miss the main thing to keep it the main thing. And, give us some, Jalen parables, rain, sleet, or snow. Birds
Yeah.
train to go.
Think AJ think AJ comes back and has a big game.
What was he out with? The sore hamstring?
Sore attitude. I don't know. Just like I don't feel like playing this week. I think that's what he was out with.
He wanted an afternoon off. He needed to ramp up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Hopefully Jalen and the run game. Run game looks solid before going into the bye week. Are you concerned about the O line this week?
Jurgens is still questionable, so
Okay.
it's gonna be it's gonna be a tough matchup. Uh, hey, Brett Toth played really well
Yeah.
at center when he had a full week to prepare, knowing he was going to be the center. He played well, and hopefully they do the same thing and they play from under center a little bit more. They did that against New York, and
Against the Giants. Yeah, that looked a little bit cleaner
mm-hmm.
with them under center. And that, people say, oh, they never line up under center. I feel like they mix it up.
They've been
They
mixing
weren't
it up the last 2
okay.
weeks. The last 2 games, they've really been mixing it up. Patullo has really mixed up the play calling and the formations and the personnel. They have not been running it well out of 12 personnel, which
The two
is
tight
2
ends.
tight ends. They've been running it better out of 11, which is 3 wide receivers, 1 tight
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens this week.
Who else are you looking at this week or games you're watching? Let me list them here for you. Lions play the Commanders at 4. Rams play the 49ers at 4. And the Cowboys have a week. Cowboys had a bad loss.
Yeah.
Cowboys had a terrible loss.
Jacoby Brissett, man. That's
But I feel like the Cowboys are, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah. And key injury, Jaden Daniels destroying not destroying, dislocated
we
elbow.
thought it was destroyed, but sounds like
You
he
know,
got about 4 opinions and he went with the one that told him he could still play. So
well, I saw, they put out, Mr. Schefter put out that, they're day to day or week to week on it, and they're going to, rub some dirt on it, pour some Robitussin on it, and hey, I don't think that's a good look for as bad as that injury looked. I am not an orthopedic specialist, so I'm going to leave it there. But to me, if you rub some dirt on it and Robitussin it and throw them back out there, everybody knows that's a sore elbow.
yeah,
Even if it's not his throwing elbow. So, hey, It's not our problem. we gotta focus on the birds.
Did you see somebody posted like an overhead view of, I don't even know what the stadium is called anymore, not FedEx Field
Yeah,
anymore,
not
but
FedEx
just
Field, but
with all the
its
coordinates or the dots of all the
location
things, and
of
like
all the major injuries.
Jalen Hurts almost crushed by fans and the railing broke, and then
Yeah.
all the other ones. It's like the north side of that stadium is just
Nah, that
cursed.
stadium need to just don't they got enough money and people
Yeah,
throwing money into them to
they're
build a
working on
new
it.
stadium?
Yeah, they're working on one in the I think it's where the old RFK Stadium was in like
Okay.
southern DC. So it's actually going to be
I'm
in the
like,
district near.
that's like the least updated stadium I feel like in the NFL right now, or one of the least updated stadiums.
Yeah, it's up there now that there's no
Okay.
more Oakland Coliseum.
No,
I think that's probably up there with the worst
because I feel
stadiums.
like the Browns are getting a new stadium, the Bills are getting a new stadium.
Oh, the Bills
Um,
Stadium right now is pretty bad.
the Bills stadium looks sick. I
The
saw the
new one,
pictures of that.
yeah.
That looks clean. I would take a ride to Buffalo in some snow to go sit in that stadium. Wayne's like, we're not doing that, bro.
I didn't sit in the snow. I went there. One of my best friends growing up was a Bills fan for
Okay.
who knows what reason. But for,
Thurman Thomas.
yeah, absolutely, definitely, it was like the Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas. I'm just gonna root for these guys. I don't like the Eagles. He's just like one of those guys that goes against the grain. Um,
Ah,
but yeah, for his 16th birthday, his dad got tickets to go up to Buffalo and watch a game. So he brought two friends with him, me and another guy, of course. And
nice.
so we went up there, and they
Had an
lost.
experience.
It was good. Yeah. So I walk in the bathroom. I have never seen troughs. I've never seen urinal troughs before.
Yo, they had those in the vet.
No, they didn't. We had this conversation
No,
before.
no.
They never
All
had those at
right.
the vet. They had them, I think,
Wait, is
before
that
that.
the one where they have it like in the whole thing, like in the floor? No.
Well, it's not in the floor. It's still like at the same height as the urinal, but it's just a trough that everybody stands next. There's no urinals. Everybody just stands there next, shoulder to shoulder. And I walked up there just like, what is this? What is this? Oh my gosh.
Were you 16,
Six,
17?
16. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
what
Oh,
in the
my
world
goodness.
is going on right
Were they
now?
breaking tables back then? Or they weren't jumping through tables back then, were they?
I didn't see any
Ah,
back then.
no
They ended
sporting.
up losing on a last second. It was against the Colts. So I saw Peyton Manning, Edgerrin James. No,
Ooh.
was it Edgerrin James at that point? It might have been Marshall Faulk even.
Ah, all right.
No, I think it was I think Marshall Faulk
It
had gone to
probably
St. Louis
was
by then.
Edgerrin James.
Edgerrin James, and then Reggie Wayne and Harrison and Mike Vanderjagt had a last second field goal to win the game.
To win the game.
Yeah. So
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So, transitioning back to the Birds, are you confident this week? Do you think they beat? Like I said, I want them to beat Green Bay. I can tolerate a loss to the Lions. I know we want to go 2-0, but it's 1-0 each week is what we're thinking.
mhm.
Like, so how you feeling? No comment.
Just based on going to Green Bay and then playing at home against Detroit, I feel like that's going to be the way it splits. I think they might
Okay,
lose this week and then beat the Lions, which
beat the
I would
Lions.
kind of prefer.
All right.
I believe more in the Lions than I believe in Green Bay, even though the Lions lost to the Vikings before
Yeah,
or
because
last
that
week
was
too.
another loss that set us
Yeah,
up for, all the cards actually fell where
it
the
was
Eagles wanted them
amazing.
to fall.
Yeah,
And how many times do the stars align like that? They don't, you know? So, but I'm thinking Birds win. You're thinking Birds loss. We'll see what happens. What else you want to talk about the Birds? You want to talk about anything
I think
else today?
I'm good on the
All right.
NFL and the Birds. I have
Uh,
opinions on the ESPN YouTube TV thing, but I'll save that. We don't need to. I'm not gonna throw my hat into the noise or throw my opinion into the noise.
okay.
Uh, their own employees, namely McAfee, is already kind of throwing stones at ESPN, but he's never been afraid to
At
do that.
them.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, the other guys like Scott Van Pelt and Schefter are all just like, obviously they're the company men who are trying to push the narrative that it's not Disney that's causing this issue. It's YouTube TV. Yeah, right. you know what's happening. You know that Disney's just driving up these carriage fees, and they're trying to increase it by like 50 to 100%. And now it's,
Now where we're at.
no. What's funny is, all right, so I'm going down this road, and
Yeah,
I
you are.
just said I wasn't going to go down this road, but I'm going down it.
No, let's turn
I
off the road.
I on Monday night, I'm like, I have the ESPN Hulu Disney bundle already, so like, shouldn't I be able to watch this game? And so
No.
I look up my account, and I have Hulu plus Disney plus ESPN Select,
Yeah.
and then I'm looking at some of the other options, and so it's $30 a month I'm paying. I look some the other options, and it's like, huh, Hulu plus Disney plus ESPN Unlimited for $30. And I'm like, wait, so I'm paying
What?
30 and this other plan is 30, but on that plan I'd be able to watch the game. On this plan that I have, I can't.
What?
So all I did was transition to another same price plan, and I was able to watch the game on Monday.
So they're trying to give you the mamby-pamby or the Axel Foley.
Yeah.
I don't want either. I don't want either.
No. I should have just boycotted and not watched the game.
No, man, you're not doing that. You're not doing that.
When it's a division opponent, I was going to watch it. I didn't watch last night. I didn't watch
Okay.
Broncos and
No,
Raiders.
I'll agree with that. I watched 2 minutes and then I just turned it off. I was like, I'm not watching this. And it was what? I looked at the score this morning. It was 10-7, and it was a punt fest.
Yes.
Nah.
I see all these messages. I saw these posts like that was boring, and this has set offenses back 10 years.
It was a punt fest, man. Or I guess a defensive battle, I guess.
Sure,
but
nobody wants to see that.
So,
but anyway, yeah, we're done with the NFL. We can move on to the NBA, the Sixers.
Sixers 5-3. I'm still feeling excited. I am feeling, though, that 21 is in the way, which is not a popular opinion.
That's a very popular opinion. It's not a popular opinion in 21's brain, but everybody else is like, that's a very popular opinion.
I mean, that 21 is in the way?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think 21's the only one that feels like he's not in the way. I think everybody else can see it, and they're just like, Joel. I mean, the second half, he was what, 2 for 12 with 3 turnovers
and a one-legged fadeaway jumper.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm gonna give him the credit. The clock was at 6 or 5 seconds, and he needed to get the shot up.
Yeah, but he's like such a dominating presence that like Quentin Grimes is out there. He's like, oh, I better throw it to Joel. I don't know.
No, Wayne, you're absolutely correct. You can see the player's eyes. You can see their body language when he's on the floor. Tyrese is not defaulting to him as much. Tyrese will look at him and be like, nah, let me go dance.
Mm-hmm.
But Tyrese still sometimes when he's doing his thing, you see his eyes go up. Let me get the big fella the ball. Yeah. So, they look slower. They look slower, man. And because there's the person out there that's like, yo, they need Joel, they need Paul George, they need to compliment the players. And they do the whole like, yo, if he's healthy, he's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. When can Philadelphia just say, yo, Joel, your lower body and your knees are fried? They're gonna say, no, he's been rehabbing. He has to ramp up. If that's what ramping up, how long has he not been playing ball for, Wayne? Since what? March?
Yeah. February.
Okay. And
March,
he had the surgery, he had all the rehab. He looks slower. He looks slower to me. And I'm gonna use this, and people are gonna don't kill me for this. Kevin Durant had a major Achilles, right? Kevin Durant is what, older than Joel Embiid?
Yeah.
And had major like injuries and had to fix his lower body. Kevin Durant still looks like he has speed and agility to move and get away from people. Granted, Joel Embiid is 7 feet tall and 200 and something pounds, so it's a different. But
yeah, but he's like 60 pounds heavier. That's about it.
Correct. Correct. So, but it I don't know, man. I don't know because how many games did he play this week? He played Tuesday. They had a back-to-back Tuesday and Wednesday. They played Tuesday. He was off Wednesday. He didn't play Sunday. And then is he going to play Saturday and Sunday, or is he going to play Saturday and then have off Sunday?
Yeah, he'll play Saturday.
Okay. 21 is in the way.
Anybody with two eyes saw that at the end of the fourth against Chicago. I mean, it went to a grinding halt to just like a two-man game with Maxey and Embiid. And
the last 7 minutes and 30 seconds, I wanted to break the TV a couple of times, and I texted you a couple of times, and you were like, "Oh man, he's in the way." Mm-hmm. So, 5-3 though.
Maxey didn't have any legs either at the end of that game. I don't know what happened there.
He had 39 points, and he ran out of gas.
He had 39 points with like 7 minutes left, and he didn't score another bucket. 6 minutes left because he had those two free throws. Those were the last 2 points.
Those were the last 2 points. Were the free throws.
It was the 6 minute 29-second mark was when he hit that free throw, and they didn't score again.
Grimes should have hit that shot though. That's a warm up.
They got a really good
jump shot.
Yeah, he got a really
warm
good
up jump shot for Grimes, man. You got to make that shot. So
if you swap out Grimes with PG, I mean,
I'm signing off.
I know, but does PG hit that shot?
I don't know. PG might hit the side of the backboard.
He was having a competition today at practice with McCain where they're hitting corner threes and then running down the court and then hit a corner three, and the first one that missed owed something. Okay. And they were both doing it. They were both doing it consistently. They're just hitting them and then going down and hitting them. Yeah.
Paul George can shoot a jump shot. So if I switch out Grimes, I'm gonna constructively say Paul George would make that shot, but I'm not confident in saying that.
Yeah. The problem is that's not the role he wants to play. He doesn't want to be the Quentin Grimes role. He wants to be more involved, and there's too many guys that want to touch the ball. When PG comes back, there's going to be too many guys that want to touch the ball. And I'd rather have it like my order of who I want to have the ball in their hands is 0, 77, 20, then 21, then 8. I guess I put order. 5. I'd put 5 in there somewhere.
Maybe. I agree with that order. We might get killed for that order, Wayne, but I agree with that order. And it is what it is. You're crazy. They need 21. Yeah, they need 21 like I need a colonoscopy. I'm joking.
Jeez. All right. Well, so who do they play this weekend? They got Toronto at home, and then
Detroit and Toronto at home this weekend, which they should be able to handle Toronto.
Games. Yeah.
Huh?
They can win both those games.
Yeah, but Toronto is scrappy. Toronto can get in your face, get in your space, and muddy up the game like the Bulls did. You know, Toronto can do that, and Detroit got some ballers. You know,
I mean, they had the number 1 pick twice or 3 times. So.
Why can't I think of the kid who's a monster on Detroit right now?
Is Cade? Is it Cade Cunningham or is it somebody else?
Cade Cunningham is he's giving out all the work all the time.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have their hand full. Tobias Harris might have a 30-point game. Let me stop.
I don't care. I don't care what he does.
Tobias gave him some work last year.
He did. I don't care if he has 100 points in a game.
Old man work last year.
I don't care if he has 100 points in a game. It doesn't matter.
I want Tobias back.
He was never doing it.
I'm not saying
he was never doing it in a Sixers uniform.
No, you're right.
I don't care.
You're right.
I don't care what he does now. Like if he can do the Wilt thing, got 100 points, 100 assists.
Wow.
And I would still say he's trash. Whatever. Like, hey, I saw it. I saw the effort. I saw the lack of effort here. And, that's just inexcusable for me.
I go back to that game against the Knicks, man, when they needed, I think they needed 8 points from him, and they would have won that game. And he had, was it 0 or 3?
It was 0.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's the game that reminds me that if he just did a quarter of his job that game, they win that game against the Knicks. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there.
That's what I'm teaching my kids is, like, I really don't care about the result. I just care that you're giving effort. Like, show me
Effort.
you care. Show me a sense of urgency. Don't just walk around the field. Don't just walk around the court. Like, show me you want to be there. Show me you want the ball. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you can, there's a point at which, I don't want you just jacking shots up there and
No,
missing all the
no,
time,
no.
but I want to see
But
some effort.
no.
Uh,
And you see it. I mean, in the past six or teams, you would see it a lot where the ball would go into Joel, and people would stand around, which is kind of a little bit of what we saw. That the
mhm.
ball really got stagnant against the Bulls, and there was one pass, maybe a secondary pass, and then there was a bunch of
And there's an
dribbling
ISO play. Yeah.
and ISO. it's that's not gonna that's not gonna win you. The really good NBA teams can pick you apart and swing the ball left or right, make it move around and get a layup or get a 15-foot jumper or a wide open 3-pointer, and that's what you want to see more of from the Sixers. Shouldn't that fall though on Nick Nurse to draw up plays and demand more, or is he just relying on Maxey's gonna ISO me to death. Edgecombe definitely got the ISO gene that he can, get
Mhm.
his own shot. So does that fall more on Nick Nurse to?
To a degree, but
Okay,
I think he's powerless at that point. I think, like,
I
towards
feel
the
you.
end of that Chicago game, we're just going back to playground mentality where we're going to run what we want to run. We're going to try to do this 2-man game. We're going to ISO, and we're just going to hope you make a shot. And that's where,
Right.
like, they weren't getting good looks at all the
No.
whole time down. That Quentin Grimes look at the end was the best look they had in the last 6 minutes.
Well,
So, yeah.
I felt like it was fall away jump shots, turn away jump shots, and Embiid was trying to get that shot that he trusts on that like lower part of the box where he
hmm
either banks it or he makes it, and it was a little bit short each time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no legs. And Maxey tried to drive a couple times, but wasn't getting the call, or just was kind of out
no,
of control, throwing the ball
yeah,
up, and the refs didn't reward him with anything. So,
got to
hey,
ramp him up.
yeah,
Got to ramp him up.
we will see.
So,
All right.
anything else on your mind that you want to touch on? We
Nah,
beat the Sixers to death. I think the Sixers go 1-1 for the Saturday Sunday, and I think the Birds win this weekend and they lose against the Lions, and you think opposite. I
yeah,
think you think they beat the Lions and lose to Green Bay. So
yep,
we'll see.
yeah,
Excited for some football for Monday night. I know
yeah.
you don't want to wait, but
And then, so, yeah, we're not gonna have a show next week because I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna be abroad, and so just like
we're gonna live stream from Europe.
okay, sounds good. Last time I went over to Europe, it was a 1 o'clock game against the Giants, and I was able to, I was 6 hours ahead. And so I
Yeah,
got to just stream it at 7 p.m. their time after dinner. I got some way to stream the game to my hotel TV. This time it's the Sunday night game against Detroit. So it's going to be 2 a.m. my time.
oh
So
no,
either I go to bed really early and I wake up at
and
2
wait
and
and
watch it,
set the alarm.
or I set the alarm for like 6, and after the game's over, I figure out a way to like stream a recording of it.
I
So
got you.
I don't
I'd
know.
probably do the latter.
Yeah.
I'd probably do the latter is what I would do. Get some sleep. That time difference is gonna beat
Yeah,
you.
probably. Because I got to get into the office the next day. So it's going to be a nightmare if I don't get sleep. So we'll see.
No, I feel you. I feel you. But
All right.
appreciate you sitting down and talking with me, man.
You too.
Thanks for busting it up. And you have a safe weekend. Go Birds.